I'm Pasha Romanowski, and I'm a puppet builder, and I've been doing it for about a little over 10 years, I would say. I first became involved with the Beyond the Sock workshop several years ago. James Martin contacted me through the Project Puppet website, and we met and talked about things. He actually had two projects. One of those projects was Beyond the Sock. And then it was a few years after that that things finally lined up and actually did the workshop. I think Beyond the Sock does teach the attendees, the students, to be better builders and better performers. And the two, go hand in hand. When they leave the workshop, they know what a good puppet is. And partly the reason why they know how to build a good puppet or what a good puppet is because they performed with puppets too. And so that's the touchstone for that. So they definitely leave knowing a lot more than when they came. Even if somebody had built puppets before, it's a difference between maybe having instructions on how to build or reading something online and building your own puppets and actually having your hands, on the puppet, building the puppet with someone that knows what to do. Just having a hands-on take to that is very helpful. And then I think it builds confidence too for anybody building puppets, because then they can go home and they know, look, I'm going to jump in here and do this. If I need to, do this part over, I can, and they know how, and things like that. So the students spend half of their time doing performance with Peter and Noel, and then half the time with me actually building the puppet. And we go from beginning to end, from the character sketches, planning out the character, to the last day, the mad dash to put the final touches on the features and get the puppets completely done for the final performance. The most interesting thing about building puppets, I think, is just being able to take and build a character from beginning to end. So designing the character, make sure that it fits the personality, that it's got the look you want, and then being able to see that through to the end, to the final finished puppet. That's good. So, and each character at a time. Like if you build a good character, like a character that's worthy of being brought into the world, then that's the best part. So you can tell a difference between when somebody really creates a character that is based on truth and something solid from real life, or another character that might just be kind of a bunch of fluff, and you can tell the difference right away. The first one is much more powerful, and the second one you could care less about. So creating like meaningful characters like that, I think, takes you outside of yourself, and you have to care about people, you have to care about who they are and what they do and how they behave, and accept that in order to be able to create good puppet characters. I think they're the most relatable, and they can teach the most. They have the most power, I think, to do that than like other forms. Because other forms are so out there. They're either 2D cartoons or things that are intangible. But puppets are tangible and real. My advice has always been to anybody who wanted to get into puppetry or puppet building is to go do it yourself, do it on your own. And I think that's because of my experience, because when I was at the age that were making decisions, well, what am I going to do, with my life? Jim Henson had just died, and things were kind of falling apart for puppets in the world. Computer animation was on the scene, and that was the new shiny, toy, and so everybody wanted to move away from puppets and go to computer animation. And so it wasn't a viable option at that time in my life. And now there's a balance because I realize that puppets are powerful tools there's like more opportunity for these young people coming up for really a career in puppetry or puppet building than there ever was.